the 2024 Genesis GV70. We have some changes to talk about, so let's get started. The 2.5 liter turbo models, they're going to be getting 19-inch alloy wheels and monoblock front brakes added as standard equipment. The Sport Prestige trim level of the same 2.5 liter Turbo 4 models, they're going to get ventilated front seats, the Lexicon premium audio system, manual rear door shades, remote smart parking assist, all added as standard equipment with the Sport Prestige version of the 2.5 liter Turbo 4-cylinder. I personally do not recommend going that high in the trim levels for the 4-cylinder models, and I'll talk more about that later on in the video. But let's continue with the 2024 updates. The 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 GV70s are going to get forward collision avoidance assist 2 and highway driving assist 2 added as standard equipment. So this is their more advanced safety tech. They're now making it standard equipment in 2024 when you step up to the twin turbo V6 engine. Now with that same engine, you get the Sport Advanced trim. 21-inch sport alloy wheels are now being offered. Now for every GV70 in 2024, they have added Wi-Fi hotspot. So for those of you who like to do work in your vehicle, you might appreciate that. But that's pretty much it for all of the changes in 2024. And we also have the detailed pricing listed here, along with the destination charge of $1,350. And like always, my main priority with these videos is to help you, the consumer, get the best deal and help you be more informed when you make your purchasing decision. So I went on the Genesis website and I built two models of the GV70 that I personally think is the best value in the lineup. If you're going with the twin turbo V6, I think going with the Sport Advanced trim level is the way to go. I would not get the Sport Prestige. I mean, if you have the money and you love the brand, go ahead. But keep in mind, like with all luxury products, these Genesis vehicles, they do take a dump in their value very quickly. So it would be wise to just buy what you need, right? And what you need, okay, especially with this brand, is the Lexicon audio system. If you can get it on a Genesis vehicle, it is one of the best audio systems that you can get in a modern day vehicle. So the Sport Advanced trim of the twin turbo V6 will get you that, and this model is going to set you back about $66,000. All right, now I get it, that's a large sum, but that's why I build a 4-cylinder model as well, because I feel like that's what most people are going to purchase. And with this, one of the things I hate is they force you to get the Sport Prestige version of the 4-cylinder to get the Lexicon audio system. That's very unfair. That's going to set you back about $58,000. Me personally, I would actually go with either the base model of the 4-cylinder or maybe the select version of the 4-cylinder. And the select 4 is going to set you back $50,000. And I feel like that's what most people are comfortable paying for the 4-cylinder model. Again, if you want the privilege of having that Lexicon audio with the 4-cylinder, you can add $8,000, spend about 58 grand. But at that point, that's too much money for me to fathom spending on a 4-cylinder Genesis. But moving on, I have more important resources to share with you. In the description box of this video, I have a free leasing calculator provided to you by AutoCompanion. This is a powerful calculator because it shows you the interest rate of a lease, as well as the residual values and the incentives that you can qualify for during that month for your region, because leasing programs, they do change every month. So if you're watching this video in the future, these numbers will be different. However, this calculator will also update every month, so you can always refer back to this and get the updated numbers that you need. So why is this important? Well, it's because, as I mentioned before, these Genesis vehicles, along with just about every luxury vehicle, tanks in value, and that pretty much means these are lease and dump machines. These are not economy cars. These are not things that you hang on to like an heirloom. Okay, both the value and the complexity of a luxury car means that it's not really worth keeping past the warranty period. Yes, Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis, they do offer a 10-year drivetrain warranty, but Obviously, the engine and the transmission are not the only things you have to worry about. It's also the multitude of electronics that they shove into these modern vehicles that you need to be concerned about. And that warranty only lasts like 3 or 5 years, I believe. So with the same model GV70s that I built on the website, I inputted those MSRPs into this calculator, and I also put in a 10% discount because that's the bare minimum that I would want to get on these vehicles, because again, these vehicles are not known for holding their value. So getting at least a 10% discount is mandatory, and as of right now, I believe the interest rate is around 3%, so that's a good thing. Most of your payments should be going towards the equity of the vehicle, and if you own literally any other car, you will also qualify for a conquest credit of $1,000, so the incentives, they always stack on top of the discount, so 10% off, that's a little over $6,600 plus $1,000, you should be getting $7,600 discount on these GV70s. At least that's what you should aim for. The payments are still high though on the twin turbo V6. It's about $800 a month. A $50,000 four-cylinder with the same 10% discount and $1,000 conquest, it's about $650 a month. So definitely a lot more obtainable. Now, if you're going to use this to negotiate with the dealer, only send these numbers to the general manager of whatever dealership you're trying to work with, and never tell them where you got your numbers from. Usually they won't ask, they'll just commend you for being a knowledgeable consumer/shopper. But if they press you, just say that you used a online leasing calculator. Just say that. So hopefully you appreciate this resource. And AutoCompanion, they're not just responsible for this calculator, they are also one of the largest car brokers in the United States. However, they don't have Genesis vehicles. They do have Hyundai and Kia, so maybe they could get Genesis in the future. But they do offer competing vehicles like the Audi Q5, Mercedes GLC, BMW X3, and a lot of the Lexus cars, right? Your NX, your RX. They have significant discounts on all those vehicles. I think from a payment standpoint, the Q5 is going to be one of the cheapest, maybe even cheaper than the GV70. And what I like about the Audi BMW four-cylinder vehicles is they're tuned to perfection. There's no flaws with it. It pulls perfectly. The Genesis four-cylinder is okay, but it's just not as polished as the German four-cylinder rivals. However, most people who have driven these Genesis products, they're very impressed with them. They do feel substantial when they roll down the road. They do feel special. It does feel like quality. If you can afford the twin turbo V6, it is a far superior engine choice to the four-cylinder. It just matches the premium demeanor that these vehicles exhibit. Plus the interiors are ultra nice. I've already mentioned how good the sound system is if you can step up to the Lexicon audio. So there's a lot to love here, but if you appreciate these resources, please consider liking and subscribing, because this is the type of stuff that most people just don't bother to share with their audience. You know, in this overinflated market, this is what matters most: helping consumers get the best deal possible and offering the most amount of transparency when it comes to buying these vehicles, so you know exactly what you're signing up for. Not to mention, like how most Genesis owners stated in my videos, make sure you're working with a high quality Genesis dealership. If you don't have a good Genesis dealer nearby, don't even bother buying these vehicles. It won't be worth it. Check the Google reviews, see what people are saying online in your area, and if they have a good reputation, then go for it. If not, I really don't think these products are worth it, like how most Genesis owners have mentioned. But thank you so much for watching. Take care and goodbye.